Hey guys, Creator Mom. Happy Tuesday morning. Every time, I experience some type of issues with my van, with Vanny, I like to say school's in session. Although school's in session all the time, because life is learning and, school is always in session. But, anyways, especially when my man experiences troubles, school is in session. SKEWL. And because I get to work thinking about what the issue could be. There is if you have a Honda Odyssey or a Honda, I think it's the Audi Club. It might just be for Odysseys. There's an amazing forum called the Audi Club, and these people really try to help you troubleshoot what's going on with your car. And I think we do have to try to troubleshoot ourselves. We can't necessarily rely on the mechanic. We have to partner with them, because it's just like going to a doctor. You drive your body all the time. You know your body the best. So you can tell the doctor what your little nuances that are going on with your body to help try to solve the pieces of the puzzle. You can't just throw your body at the doctor and say, I had a heart attack the other, you know what I mean? Like, you had a major event, but like, what were the little signs or things that led up to that, and then you think about it, because that's what happened to me. It's just like, yeah, I had this major event the other day where like my car quit, and then it turned on, and then it drove, and then I was turning the intersection and it acted like it was going to quit, and then I pressed the gas and it propelled me forward really hard and forcefully, So yeah, I had a major event, but I didn't realize. So when I posted this question on the Audi forum, they were like, okay, sounds like this, sounds like that. And then I also told ChatGPT, and it gave me a few ideas of what it could be. Alternator battery, electrical issue, could be a fuel issue. Fuel pump, whatever. And it's funny because I was doubting the fuel pump. I was like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if it's that or not. Like, probably not. But I was like, I just got a new alternator and I have a fairly new battery. So then I don't know how I found out about the sound of the fuel pump. Somehow. Oh yeah, I said, this guy said it could be a failing programmed fuel injector relay. PGMFI relay. So I entered into Google or YouTube. What are the symptoms like of a failing relay? I think that's what I did. And then I learned about the sounds that the relay causes the pump to make or whatever when you turn the ignition to on. And that's the fuel pump priming. And I was like, wait a minute. I've been hearing a sound in my car, but I thought it was like my locks fiddling around. I don't know, because my van is older. I didn't really pay much attention to it. See, I was experiencing a little symptom there that I just, blew over it, because I was like, oh, whatever. I figured it's nothing, right? But nothing is nothing. Sorry, I have everything is something, right? So then I'm like, okay, but then everybody's saying the sound is normal. Oh, so then this morning I put another piece of the puzzle. Yes, you're supposed to hear that sound for a few seconds or whatever when you turn the ignition to on, but when you start the engine and you hear that sound, that's not a good sign. And I was hearing the sound after I started my engine. I'd start the car and hear like just the sound that fuel pump priming makes. Like it was trying, like it would click and then like do it again and do it again. Like maybe 30 seconds or something, I don't know. And I just was like, I just kind of shrugged my shoulders out, like, oh, I don't know what that is. Like, probably my trunk lock fiddling around, because my trunk has an issue, shutting and things. So, yeah, I think that this is, I'm almost 100% sure that it has something now to do with this relay or the fuel pump. But I'm going to tell them to check the relay first, because apparently that's a less expensive thing, to kind of troubleshoot. So yeah, I'm gonna, because what happened was yesterday with AAA, They didn't even call me back. I called them in the morning, told them my car is there, the issue I was experiencing, why I brought it in. And then they said, okay, we'll look at it today and we'll reach back out to you. It was almost the end of the day, and I thought, let me call them back because they haven't called me. And they're like, yeah, the guy test drove it earlier. He test drove it like twice, but I don't even think they test drove it even as far as I drove it. It's like, at least test drive it a mile. They drove it like across the street into the shopping center, I think. Not far enough. And they might have drove it in the morning when it was cool. And as my friend said, she was right about the heat. But I think when I drove my car, it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, it was really hot. Probably the interior of my car was very, very hot. Which might have affected the relay even more. Hey, kitty. Oh, what are you doing? She looked like she's creeping, trying to get like she's looking for something. You hunting? She's hunting. She's on the prowl. And that's what she looks like. What are you doing over here? Good thing my dog isn't outside. She would chase that cat. Look at her. What's in there? Probably some field mice, some goodies. She's going off into the woods. There's a lot of cats around here. That one is not a stray cat, though. I believe she's somebody's cat around here. But there's stray cats, too. And they hang out, and there's some woody areas, which is neat, that they like to hide out in. There's somebody around here that loves cats because they leave food and they make those little houses for the stray cats. So, yeah, so yesterday they test drove it twice. They said it drove fine. I said, well, that scares me because I don't know whether to think that's good news or bad news because I definitely had an experience. So there's an issue. And the thing with the relay, AI was saying that it happens intermittently, so it could be more tricky to diagnose. Like, yeah, it happens one day, and then you take your car to the mechanic. They're like, nothing's wrong, because it's not acting up at that point in time. So I'm gonna call them today and say, look at this issue. I'm almost positive it's that, and hopefully they'll confirm. They'll test it electric wise, or however they test these little parts. It's like a relay, like this big. And, hopefully confirm that, not that I want something to be wrong with my car, but I don't want my car, to break down. I need to feel like my car is at least somewhat reliable, Hey, kitty, what you doing? This cat's never really friendly with me. Oh, today you want to come talk? You want to come talk today? What you looking for? Some cat food? She looks pretty scraggly, pretty skinny. What you doing? She just chilling like a villain. So yeah, let's see what happens when I call AAA today. They open at like 7:30. I'm gonna call them right then. They didn't, that's the thing, the mechanics. That's why you have to do your own digging, because they have a lot of cars to work on, and it's just like, I don't think they're going to spend a lot of extra time trying to figure out what was wrong with your car. And they didn't know that bit about the sound, because I didn't tell them that. I just figured that out about the pump fuel priming sound that it was making while the engine was running. I don't know. Maybe they didn't hear it either, because it's something that can happen. That happens sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't either. So they might have not heard it when they turned my car on yesterday. Anyways, I just like to log my chronicles, my van chronicles, for my own education purpose, and maybe it'll help somebody else. I don't know. Hey, all right. Have a wonderful Tuesday.